Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Taylor Knust with 31 Triple Doppler.
Let's get a check on that forecast as we inch closer to the weekend. A lot of outdoor activities planned this week.
Of course, June Jam being one of the main headliners of North Alabama activities this weekend. Looks like it will be dry for the wide majority of us, including for June Jam on Saturday. But it's also going to be quite hot.
Yeah.
One of our hottest weekends we have had so far this year. So plan accordingly, get the bottled water and the sunscreen ready to go. Meanwhile, we're keeping an eye on the tropics because we have our first tropical depression so far this, of course, early hurricane season. Tropical Depression 2 in the northeast Gulf of Mexico, still at depression this evening with 35-mile-per-hour sustained winds. It's beginning to inch to the south at 3 miles per hour, very slowly, but it is going to continue to head that direction over the next couple of days away from the Gulf Coast. So bottom line is, if you have a trip to the beach this weekend, you're going to be fine. This system is tracking almost due south, which is unusual, but that is the projected path for the next couple of days. It may briefly become a tropical storm overnight or early on Friday, but it is expected to weaken back to a depression late tomorrow into early Saturday, and the entire system likely falls apart as it approaches Cuba over the upcoming weekend. So this is not going to be much of a threat to the contiguous U.S. over the next couple of days, just maybe kicking up the surf around the Gulf Coast the next day or two. This is certainly not going to affect us in North Alabama. All we have left as far as rain is concerned is very light showers in parts of Colbert, Lawrence, and Franklin counties at the moment. 31 Triple Doppler showing completely dry conditions for the rest of North Alabama this evening. That is likely how it stays for the rest of the night tonight. A mostly clear sky expected tonight, and when you step outside tomorrow morning, by the time we get to the afternoon, we'll do it again with the pop-up showers and storms initially west of I-65. As we've seen in recent days, these will be pretty isolated and will not pose any threat for severe weather, certainly. During the evening on Friday, we could see a more isolated development in parts of those Sand Mountain, northeast Alabama. Again, if you happen to get rain, it's going to be brief, should clear out as we get to the mid to late evening hours on Friday. And after that, we are looking ahead to mainly dry conditions heading into Saturday. Hour by hour forecast on Friday looks like this. It is going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow than we've seen so far this week. Temperatures getting to the mid 80s by noon. And we could get to the upper 80s in several spots. 89 the forecast high tomorrow in Huntsville, 88 in Decatur, as well as Muscle Shoals. Moulton, you'll climb to 86 on Friday. We keep on climbing this weekend, many of us getting back to the low 90s. It has been about 3 weeks since we've seen 90s in North Alabama, but that is the forecast for many of us in the Tennessee Valley. 90 in Scottsboro, 93 in Huntsville. Sunday looking very similar, with many of us climbing back to the low 90s. Notice it might be a touch cooler Sunday around Sand Mountain, and the reason for that is there is a chance at some pop-up showers in the afternoon on Sunday for those particular locations. Good news is it's not going to be miserably humid this weekend. In fact, the humidity will be dropping over the next several days. Here's a brief look at your weekend outlook. We're looking at completely dry weather on Saturday, plenty of sunshine all day long, and then here come those pop-up showers again, mainly east of I-65 on Sunday afternoon. That shouldn't be terribly widespread, kind of like the trend we've seen here recently. As far as next week goes, we're looking at upper 80s and low 90s. Again, isolated chances of showers and storms next Monday and Tuesday, but a primarily dry and hot forecast for the first several days of June.